For all things great iron and hard top, it's Kevlu and Seasons a Sandbox.
What a wild day today was. I mean, all that you can conclude from today is that the NFL is the best professional sport, and it's no longer a debate. It's no longer a debate. I was getting out of the high school today. You guys know I'm a substitute teacher at East Boston High, and you got the Aaron Rodgers news, signing a contract extension. You get the Russell Wilson trade, absolutely blew up the internet and all the sports apps, and then Mike Williams re-signing with the LA Chargers. So right now, we're going to debrief all of that. I also went live on Instagram, so make sure you go and follow at Since the Sandbox on Instagram and check out all of our content, guys. It's always 5 stars. You guys know that. So today, first news of the day, the Aaron Rodgers extension. We know that Aaron Rodgers is now locked up for the next 4 years in Green Bay. 4 years, $200 million. $153 million guaranteed dollars. So I'm going to get a little bit more into this, right? Because I think that a lot of the dominoes of, Aaron Rodgers signing back in some of the quarterback news throughout the offseason and what the draft and the combine was looking like really kind of forced Denver to make this trade with the Seattle Seahawks to obtain Russell Wilson. So, like I said, let's get back into the Aaron Rodgers and debriefing that a little bit. And, I don't think the Green Bay Packers would have found, a better option at the quarterback position, to be realistic. And from everything I'm hearing around the league, Jordan Love, things aren't really looking good. And if they were, we would have saw the Green Bay kind of go away from Aaron Rodgers like they did with Brett Favre when it was that time in Aaron Rodgers' career. So I do think, things with Green Bay are going to stay consistent with Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be really interesting to see how that Javonte Adams scenario works out. We know he got placed with the franchise tag, and that's going to be interesting the way that all the pieces come together. But Green Bay is going to be one of the top teams in the NFC for the next couple years to come. I definitely expect that to continue. Now, the biggest news of the day, the Russell Wilson trade. Guys, this blew up the internet. One of the biggest moves in the offseason the past couple of years. And, it wasn't a bad trade. It definitely wasn't. But if you want my honest opinion and just, my first reaction, when you trade a Hall of Fame quarterback that's in the middle of their prime, I don't really see, how you can win, especially when you go from having a quarterback to that stature to not having a quarterback or Drew Lock being your guy. So I know that there was some compensation that Denver gave up that could be viewed as appealing or ideal, multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks, a fifth-round pick, a quarterback, a great defender, and a great tight end, right? That's all going to be great for the Seattle Seahawks. But when you don't have a quarterback that can get DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, or Noah Fant the ball, that's when things start to get complicated. And if you want my honest opinion, I think Seattle made the wrong move. One, I wouldn't have committed to Pete Carroll. I mean, he's a little bit older in his coaching career. And how many more years are you really going to get left from Pete Carroll, right? And Russell Wilson was the quarterback that brought your franchise a Super Bowl. He wasn't the person that made the decision to pass the ball on the 2-yard line, right? He was the person that was going above 500 the past couple of years until, he was out with that finger injury that happened this year. Now, going into that division, going into Denver for Russell Wilson, it's going to be interesting playing Patrick Mahomes twice a year, Justin Herbert twice a year, Derek Carr twice a year. And with this move, I definitely think that the Denver Broncos are expecting to, be the number one team, but I definitely think that you have to go through Kansas City before you can get there. And, we saw the Chargers make a move to try and better their team and continue improving in that division. But, the Chargers, it's going to be really tough. They have the answer at the quarterback position. Justin Herbert is their guy, but we saw developments with the Bengals and Joe Burrow getting to the Super Bowl in his second year, and I really would like to see the Chargers, solidify a playoff spot this upcoming season. We know the Raiders locked them out of the last spot this past year, and, with Russell Wilson going in the division and Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs only going to want to improve, it's going to get complicated for teams like the Chargers and the Raiders, right? But I think Russell Wilson can definitely have the Denver Broncos at a 10-plus team. The person that I think benefits from this the most, Javonte Williams, guys. Javonte Williams is going to be a guy that I'm keeping in fantasy drafts. He's going to be a guy that I'm going to be targeting in fantasy drafts. And look, they already have Jerry Jeudy. They have Cortland Sutton. They have good offense. They just need to make sure that offensive line stays consistent and that defense can play up to par. We know Pat Surtain's a great cornerback. Bradley Chubb is a great pass rusher. But it all depends on how they come together as a team. Nathaniel Hackett is going to have an extreme challenge, but also was a real blessing, coming in right away and being able to get a quarterback to Russell Wilson's stature. Going to the Mike Williams extension that I was quickly talking about, this was a great move for the Chargers. I mean, we saw how his production really changed last year, and it was absolutely incredible the way he was producing early on in the season, and you definitely want to see that continue, and Justin Herbert definitely played better last year. So when you have guys like Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, you make sure that you surround them with Mike Williams and Justin Herberts to continue improving and make sure that your team is the best. Guys, this was a quick little update to all things going on with Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Mike Williams. Going to go in depth a little bit more. I definitely think that the Denver Broncos won the trade. Like I said, getting a Hall of Fame quarterback for the next 10 years is a lot more important than, just a couple of other compensation pieces just to make sure that you're happy. But make sure you guys stay tuned. We have a bunch of content coming out, positional rankings, free agency predictions, my top 25, draft coverage coming soon, guys. There's so much since the Sandbox content. Do not fall behind. Make sure you're staying tuned. And always 5 stars. Guys, go and check out Myoderm, a CBD sports relief cream. I used it this weekend at my flag football game. I gave it to a couple of friends. They absolutely loved it. It was fast acting. It was fragrance free, and you were relief in minutes. Guys, make sure you check out Myoderm for all your sports relief needs. Since the Sandbox, Steve Toro, we out.
For all things great iron and hard top, it's Kevlu and C since the Sandbox.